So the Red Velvet Dragon dungeon just opened on most of the servers, probably going to be open on all of them by the time that you guys are seeing this, but at the time that I'm recording, it's not open on global or Europe just yet, so I'm recording this on the Asia server. I've seen some people doing it right, I've seen some people doing it wrong. It's actually a pretty easy dungeon, you just got to think Necropolis for the most part. So let's take a look at the dungeon info. That's not it. The boss information here. So Red Velvet Dragon consists of 3 phases. You can select 2 additional passive skills to enter battle, and then you get extra rewards. These passive skills change every week, and you can, so this is going to change slightly, your team's going to change slightly every week. You can obtain, or maybe it might not, I don't know. You can obtain more rewards according to the passive skills selected. You only have to do this once a day. This is not something that you have to farm. Shred attacks all enemies 2 times, granting Oblivion with the first hit, decreased defense for the second hit. So 2 debuffs, keep that in mind. Dragon Time passive. This is where people are getting things a little bit mixed up. So Dragon Time, the attack bar changing skill effect of all enemies and bosses is not activated. In addition, damage taken from attacks in proportion to HP is reduced. So you want to think about this similar to kind of number 1, how Necropolis works. There's another mechanic that also works how Necropolis works as well. And then also the Rift Beasts, which take less damage from damage proportion to HP. So keep that in mind for this. You want to kind of mix up your team in a similar strategy to Necropolis and Rift Beasts. So now your brain is working. You're like, oh, okay, I already have something in mind, right? Phase 1, Ravage attacks all enemies, decreased attack power for 2 turns. That's a 3rd debuff that he inflicts on your team. Red Velvet Meteorites attacks all, and I need to make this on OMG Food. Red Velvet attacks all enemies to stun for 1 turn, inflict up to 5 continuous damage for 2 turns, proportion to the damage dealt. So that's 5 debuffs. It's a lot of debuffs, right? We have Dragon's Breath, deals damage that ignores defense of all enemies. Week 1, so these are the passive skills that change every week. Dragon Extermination gains a turn instantly when an enemy is defeated, so you want to probably not die. That would be a good good starting point. And then the Dragon Veil passive perfectly offsets. So this is kind of the other Necropolis style skill. Let me show you guys so you can see. Perfectly offsets the incoming damage up to 8th attack of the enemy every turn. So you want to do lots and lots and lots of multi-hits. So the boss has a lot of debuffs. You could just get around that by using two units that do cleanse and immunity. Fran and Riley, super easy to obtain units that do cleanse and immunity. So those are going to be probably a lot of people's first 2, and then you can just do 3 twins. That's the easiest way. 3 twins, 2 twins. Water twins I think are the best ones. I also like the wind twin. We're going to use the fire twin in here, but I like the wind one. And then you can also use Fire Inagami. There's a couple other units, but basically it is Necropolis meets Rift Beast. But keep in mind also these passive skills are going to change every week. So here is a team using exactly what I said so you guys can get a better idea.